Happy Monday, beautiful people. I hope you all had a lovely weekend and I hope your week has started off great. Now, I just came from the gym, weird hours, and I thought I'd share with you guys something that has been on my mind. And I've had this conversation with my family members, I've had this conversation with my friends, and the more I talk to my friends, I talk to my age mates, especially the women, I realize that I'm not the only one who feels this way. But I do not think, right now, at this point in time in my life, I feel like there is a very high possibility that I might not have children. And I feel like that's a good place to be. Like, and it's okay for me to think and feel that way. I know a lot of people there are very many opinions that I've heard on this, right? The older people who already have kids, a lot of them think that I'm going to miss out on parenting. At the same time, there's some who think that I'm selfish for not wanting children. There's some who, you know, who always remind you of, when you get old, you feel really, you'll be alone and you'll have no one to take care of you. And, that question in my head, I'm like, how selfish is it for me to have a child only because I want someone to take care of me later in life? When I think about having a child, I think about the fact that am I ready to be fully responsible for another human being? For sure, let me start. Financially, I am not ready to be taking care of another child or of another human being because I'm a child. I'm a child of God. But I feel like I'm a whole kid, and I don't think that I am ready to have someone fully 100% depending on me, because I don't think that I would be a bad parent. No, I don't think that I would be a bad parent, but I do think that there's a lot of issues that I am still dealing with. There's a lot of healing that I am dealing with, and I grew up in a single parent home. Of course, my dad was not present, and he made it very clear that he did not want to be a parent. And I mean, 30 years down the line, he's still living his life out there, not being a parent. And I'm just like, I would never want to do that to another human being, And to be honest, I feel like I have already done the parenting thing. I've been my own parent for most of my life, and that's mostly because of the fact that my parents and I have mostly been on opposite sides of the world. Look, my mom right now again is on the opposite side of the world. But the older I get, I do realize and I do understand why my mom only had one child. Because as a kid, of course, all the time I used to want siblings. I used to want siblings of my own. I wanted to have someone to deal with life with, to kill and want to kill and love and all the, fun that comes with having a sibling. But I'm just like, what? If I want a child, that child is gonna need a sibling, and who's taking care of that child? With which economy? Like, have you seen how hard things are right now? I honestly, with the way the world is right now, I do not feel like it would be fair for me to bring another human being into this world only for them to suffer and for them to struggle. People are 25 years old, 30 years old, still living with their parents. I know for sure that I am still being supported by my family. And so I'm like, I'm not ready. And maybe this feeling will change a bit later in life. And I hope it's obviously for the right reasons. And of course, with a lot of prayer and a lot of therapy, maybe later in life, I will feel like I have healed enough for me to want to be a parent. But for now, as it is right now, I do not think that I want to have kids, which is crazy because I had already named my children, or at least my firstborn. If it's a girl, I don't know what it would be, what the name would be if it was a boy. I knew the middle name though. Oh my gosh, it's his birthday. Not my child. Guys, I just wanted to share that with you. And if you're feeling the way that I am feeling or have been feeling lately, I think that's okay. Because the truth is, you really don't owe anybody a child. You really don't. Unless you really want to have a kid, and that's fine. That's great. It's gravy. But, don't judge others because they have chosen a different path. A lot of women right now, the age of 30 and above, they don't have kids specifically because we want to do it intentionally. This whole thing of, have a kid because society expects that by this certain age you should have kids and you should be married and blah 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 blah. Nah. The narrative has changed, and I do appreciate the world because of the fact that I can openly say this. And while I do know that there are some people who are not gonna be happy, but it's really how I feel right now. And yeah, so thoughts? What do you think about what I just said? Anyway, wish you guys a lovely week ahead. Keep it locked.